Hello! Doing Zeepkist. I have to open the lobby. Hopefully Alex joins us. I have a very, special track that I'll add to the playlist if he does. Yeah, that's the correct reaction. I love that starting soon art that I did. And also the animation. I'm so glad that I made that animated. I almost didn't. I was genuinely like, I don't think that I should animate this, and then one day I was like, you know what, I'm bored, I'm just gonna do it. And... dip. And hopefully the playlist works correctly, because I kind of brushed on it a little bit. Is audio and everything good for everyone? I'm going to assume that that is yes. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't there for Alex's stream when that happened. I had left to go edit a video, and then I proceeded to not edit the video. I'm totally professional. I'm liking this track so far. I would like to see the whole thing, though. That's a skill issue. I really need to get better at Zeepkist. Maybe I could do that in the future, get like Alex or maybe even Maki to train me. Up. Also, is the level correct? Why? No, we're going to that one next. So apparently the playlist just decided that we're going to skip to the second level instead of the first one. Yeah. I think it's funny, I have outro art that I made for my videos and also for stream, and I haven't used it on stream yet, and I don't even have it set up to be able to use it for stream yet. Hello, microwaves. Yeah, definitely a professional. Definitely a professional. I have some Be Right Back art that I made mainly for stream. I am so happy I haven't had to use that yet. But also I really want to use it because I spent a long time making it look good. I also have a panic button, which I hope I never have to use. How many DNFs do we think I'm gonna get this stream? I'm gonna say a lot. Oh, also, I will be going on vacation next week. So, that's fun. I will not be here for stream, unfortunately. So, no stream next week. But there is already a video planned for next week. So even though I won't be here, there will still be a video. I keep forgetting that I have to go up there. Twitch doesn't like me ever. Yeah. Twitch gave me ads on Alex's stream despite the fact that I was subscribed to him. What's the point of a subscription if it skips if it doesn't skip ads? I like the Jammer Band radio sign in the background. Shrooms. This flip at the beginning makes me think of something. Why does it feel like so many of the Zeepkist players have been hanging around Riedel too much recently? I keep seeing more and more tracks that just have like Riedel flips in them, and I'm like, what's going on? Why is there so much flipping happening? Hello, Just Cody. Welcome to the lobby. Ooh, Billy. I feel like most people know what I mean when I say the Riedel flip. Like, I don't think he even invented it or anything, but I think it's just kind of that thing of like, most people would know what I mean. I really hope that I can finish this map. Or even just a map today. I'm trying to do the flip under thing the intended way, but I think, nope. Okay, that's not gonna work. Disregard what I was saying. Uh... You know, I keep thinking about making a Halloween track with Riedel. I think a lot of people's are, and I think the main reason is just a lot of people are spending more time online. So your skill level goes up, and then you have a little bit of blindness for what is difficult and what isn't. So I feel like that's kind of the reason why a lot of people's maps are getting harder. Is mainly just because the more time you play in the game, the more your skill goes up, and then the easier hard things get for you to do. I usually try to make easier maps, but that's mainly just so I can guarantee that I can finish the map. I have been kind of trying to make it a little bit harder, though, just so that they aren't boring, because I know a lot of people have been saying that they're a little boring. Man, I feel like we've seen this map before. That's not how you spell skip. That's not... Skip does not have an L in it. Hello, grape. Or greep. Gripe. Grape. Just gotta cover all the different ways that could have been pronounced. I see the sphere. Much sphere. You could even say that this track is ballin'. I deserve that reset. Everyone got your Nebulade? And, Freakendell? Possibly some Stroopwafel? Hello, can't find the sky. And also plus Micron. Hello. Ooh, and also, hello, person whose name I have absolutely no idea how to even start pronouncing. I was going to try and pronounce that, I have absolutely no idea how to. Oh, Kaoken. Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason I read the one as a T. I was like, no, that doesn't sound right. I'm doing pretty good, can't find this guy. Also, speaking of can't find this guy, the next map in the playlist coming up, before I put it on shuffle, I don't know if you've seen it yet. I know you've seen the video on it, but I don't know if you've seen the map itself in-game. Possible review for Hide and Zeke. There is a coconut on the map. So close. Yes. Yes, the desert map. Oh. What is KRC? No, I can't get a run on this one. I feel like I was doing kind of decent as well. Yeah, it was a very good map. Definitely a little blind on a few things. I think some things should have a little bit more tolerance, but otherwise really good. You know, I should probably know about that, seeing as I'm a member of the Casually Serious Club. Yeah, I am really out of touch with that stuff. Anyways, here's my map. I'm really happy with the jump that I managed to do. I say as I mess it up. Ah, that makes sense why I've never heard it. There's no problem, LCJ. As long as you get to it sometime, it's fine. I'm still amazed at the amount of views that the Just Shapes and Beats video got. I was not expecting it to become my most popular video by double the amount of views. I did not think that would ever happen. Thank you, Microwaves. I really tried to make a map that's actually fun to play on this one. Oh yeah, I need to put, shuffle. We need the shuffle. My playlist is way too lopsided for the shuffle, not shovel. For shuffle to not be on. I should play Shovel Knight. I have heard pretty much nothing but good things about Shovel Knight, and I've never played it before. I feel like I should. Yeah, you were. I was also a little surprised by that. I thought at least one other person might submit maps. Probably due to, not really announcing it great and stuff. Because I didn't ping anyone. Oh, hey, Chapin and Brick Edwards. Didn't even notice they joined. Kinda got a little bit distracted there. I'm really proud of this track, though. Yeah. Yeah, that's about what I thought happened. So, pretty much, on the Discord, there's a track submissions forum. And I made an announcement on it, but I made the mistake of not pinging anybody with it. So I don't think anyone actually saw the announcement. And it is closed now because I'm not looking over a Discord anymore. Until after stream. No, I was on a good run. Wow, all people with M's in their names. Hello, Wurtle. That name sounds familiar. Shuffle is on, right? Yeah. How? Weird. Okay, apparently Shuffle just gave us the immediate next track in the playlist. I'm excited for my next Zeepkist video that I do. I have no idea when I'm going to do it, but super excited to work on that. I have some very big track plans for this year. Also, I'm not at all excited for it because those videos take super, super long to make. And I always get super tired by the end of them. But I think that I've figured out a way to make it a lot better. Yeah. I wanted to make a map for the history ZSL, but I knew that I was going to be making the Desert Ruins track, and I couldn't use that for the ZSL, mainly because it was both after the submission window ended and also because it's not actually based on real history. So I opted out of that. And I'm probably not going to submit to the CSL either, just because it's not what I'm used to making in a way that I don't really want to make a map for it. Like, high speed is great and all. I just don't really make good high speed maps. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of for like the track themes, I prefer stuff that is more like, trying to think of a good example, like the tubular theme. But on average, I prefer more deco themed ZSLs just because it gives me ideas for stuff easier. Man, look at that leaderboard. Everybody finished. I'm such a good host. What an amazing playlist. Yep, great stuff. Congratulations, Microwaves. Nope. Sorry, CJ, but we already played this. Also, sorry, Microwaves. Hey, cool. This was also a weird situation where I made this map after Future ZSL ended, but this could have been submitted to that if I had it finished before that. So this is kind of my unofficial submission to that. I'm very happy with the deco on this one. And it still feels crazy to me that this is like something that a lot of people thought was impossible to make. I think a lot of people don't give Zeepkist enough credit for what you're able to do within the game. Because I genuinely feel like you can probably do almost anything in the game if you try hard enough, or have enough skill or whatever. So it always kind of annoys me a little bit when it's like, oh, you can't do this deco thing, that's way too complicated. I feel like anything can be done in the game. Yeah. I also have like 3 other maps that are being worked on in the background that I can't actually talk about. Thank you, it's based on the game Light Matter, if you can't tell by the name of the map. Really cool game, I might play it on stream sometime in the future. It's basically Portal but minus the motion sickness. And they have a cat. And a reference to Doctor Who. I think the weird thing with this map, this was not originally intended to be based on light matter. It was actually supposed to be a Bendy and the Ink Machine map. And I was like, you know what? Bendy and the Ink Machine doesn't really work super well with the Zeepkist and stuff. And I don't really care about it that much. And I was like, light matter works pretty good, though. So I just started making deco for that, and I was like, you know what, might as well just turn it into a whole track. I may visit the idea of a blackout map again in the future. So I really like the skybox thing. Also, I think, could be wrong, but I think you can also do colors other than black. Which would be cool to see. Yeah, I did. I've tried a few times now to make a backrooms themed map. Every single time, though, I kind of come back to the idea of just like, it doesn't feel like something I made. It just feels wrong. Because it gets a little too good looking, and then it kind of stops feeling like Space Cat kind of thing. So I ditched the idea very quickly. Oh hey, the map that turned into light matter. What is the coincidence of that? Yeah, I might do a backrooms map with, like, Riedel or someone. Since they're used to having maps that make people scared. So it would fit better and stuff. But as it stands, it would not be a Space Cat map. If it ever does get made. Also, it would likely end up happening during, like, V2 of Logic. Because I had an idea that is a little too good. Yeah, that's the problem, is that the backroom stuff is, like, really easy to make look really good for some reason. So then it just starts getting too realistic, and then it starts to get into this area of, like, I don't want to post this anymore. So I've just ditched all those maps now. They don't exist anymore. Yeah, I thought about doing a maze backrooms map, and then I was like, the backrooms isn't entirely a maze, though. Like, it is, but there's a lot of open areas and tight corridors you can't go down and stuff. And areas that are just there for the sake of being there. So I feel like a backrooms map kinda shouldn't be a maze. It should kind of be a, like, going through the popular stuff that everyone knows of the backrooms, like the pitfalls and all that stuff. And maybe like a section where you go through a wall and then you're in the pool rooms. I feel like reducing it down to just a maze kind of squanders the potential of it. Uh yeah, I made some decoration for that, mainly as just a, like, hey, I want to try and do that. Um, no actual intentions of using any of that decorations. Ooh, that was neat. Oh no, Wordle left the game. Now we won't know what the daily word is. Hello, G-Wolf. Gwolf? I love the podium. I never actually finished the podium on this map. There is no podium, it just got automatically placed. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how someone would make the pool rooms. Like, there's definitely a way to do it, I just don't know what that would be. Definitely would need a lot of custom lights, though. You know, I've never actually finished this level before. No, I'm not gonna make it. No. I really need to make a collab map with Dragon Shadow sometime. I just have no idea what we would make. And I'm a little bit scared of making it because I feel like it's one of those, it has to be good. But it doesn't. It just needs to be like, hey, we had fun making it. But I feel like I would just end up being too much of a perfectionist during it. And the fun of making a map would just get kind of sucked out of it. Which I do not want that to happen. Yeah, definitely neon white for the windows. The bigger thing that I think is that it needs to be in a dark map, which then requires you to have a lot of custom lights to make areas bright again. Because the pool rooms has a lot of, like, dark areas and stuff. But this is a pretty good run. Will this be my first actual time beating this map? Probably not. But maybe. Oh. Oh. Finally! Finally, I beat it! Now I can say that I've beat every Dragon Shell on that map that I've played. Yeah, I'm so glad that I can't get 13th right now. Mine too. Mine too. Is Can't Find the Sky still here? I have to ask them a question. Would you like to join me for putting Kern in the microwave sometime tomorrow? He knows what he did. Yay! Yeah, it was a thing from Alex's stream earlier. I just started talking about it, and then it made me laugh, so I just kept going. Also, I think Goose might want to put Kern in the microwave as well. And then we can get some burnt corn. Everybody's favorite map ever. Yeah, burnt corn. Yeah. We're not playing that. We're not. I keep thinking about the ice cream thing that I talked about in the last stream, and I keep being like, no, I can't talk about it, because it's just going to start the ice cream conversation back up again. I'm going to be hungry again, and I don't have ice cream anymore. It's just like, I can't bring that up. But I just brought it up. Yeah, in the, previous stream, the, Just Shapes and Beats one, started talking about ice cream for like 30 minutes or something like that. And it's happening again. Oh, hey, Gatling gun. Oh, that was weird. That was really weird. Whoa. You know, I really like ice cream, though. Right, no, more ice cream talk. We can't talk about that now for, like, at least another 30 minutes. Okay, I know I just said that we can't talk about that for like 30 minutes, but I did just think Dippin' Dots sounds really good right now, and I don't have any nearby. I still find it weird that most people don't know about the giant cat in this level. I know Metal CJ, but I love ice cream. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. And most people don't know this exists. I know Alex doesn't, even though I've told him that it exists, like, I think 5 times now. And he never sees it. Oh my gosh, an actually good run. Whoa! I'm not in last place! How did this happen? You know, I was thinking about maybe doing some kind of video or something, I don't know, of, doing, like, playing Zeepkist until I get 13th, and then, like, the stream ends instantly. Yeah, I would like to do that, but I want to make sure that my, lobby could actually fill up to 13 players by that point. Because I don't feel like I'm really big enough in the community to get up to 13 players yet, without just getting lucky and having somebody, like, raid into me on stream or something like that. I feel like it would be much more entertaining if there's, like, consistently over 13 people in the lobby. So that there's more pressure and stuff. Oh hey, Alex! Hello! I have a map that I need to add now. Yeah, it would just end, like, immediately. Maybe, like, raid somebody and then end. I'm still so happy that Ferret put my Ferret model on here. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the lobby. We totally don't have a map up next. Nope, definitely not. I'm not taking that correctly. That's a jump. Oh, my speed. Yeah, microwaves, you have competition now. I'm wondering if that's possibly on my end, Mel CJ. Because I know that Zeepkist has been stuttering a bit on my side. I don't think it is, but it could very well be. Okay, that makes me feel better. Yay, I'm not in last place! I really should do that kind of stream sometime of just, like, getting one of the high-up players to train me. I am really bad at Zeepkist. No. Hi, Fred, and I don't have PayPal. Oh, I was clean. Do you accept cat bucks? The brand new cryptocurrency. I've never been to Chipotle. Chipotle. No! Joke's on you, I don't actually know how many followers I have on Twitch. Hey, wow, this map. What a coincidence that this would show up while Alex is here. Yeah, I know, right, Alex? It's so weird. No! Yeah, that would have been awesome if it did just randomly show up. Oh hey, I just got an achievement. Alex, come back. I have bourbon for you, Alex. Yay, Alex is back! With only a slight amount of bribery. Let's get that map queued up. Where is it? Where? This one. It's that one. Yeah, it's just Frank. He has the bourbon. Oh, hey, am I actually going to get a run? Nah, don't worry about him. He's with Riedel. Well, I'm not last. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. I shouldn't have said that. Why do I speak? It's like every single time that I say something along the lines of me doing good or something like that, just immediately everything goes downhill. Alex loved this map. And time for a map that Alex totally will like. Please. Bribery, Alex. Take the bribery. The trees have bourbon for sap. Yes. Yes, they are. I have weird graphic settings. I'm so proud of the pine tree design that I made. Man, I should use those pine trees in a map coming up soon. I mean, I didn't say anything. Nope. What? I will say, though, the next map that I make will be a remake of a previous map. Again. This time it will be better than the original, though. I can guarantee that. The original map was bad enough it's not even on this playlist. Imagine if I actually do get 13th right at the end of the stream. That would be crazy. And also unfortunate, because then that means I can't do the ID anymore. I'm really proud of that guitar design. I don't even remember what I made that for. I think I made it for Dragon Shadow's Gualaxitar map, but I'm not sure. Mel CJ, don't jinx it. I don't want to get 13th. Thank you, Alex. I was also thinking about possibly doing a drawing stream, but I'm not sure on that. I would have to gauge the interest of everyone to know if that's a good idea or not. I'd also have to figure out how to set it up and stuff. And also if I would be in trouble for using Slime Rancher music in the background. I do actually have the entire Slime Rancher 1 soundtrack downloaded because it came as a... What was that? It was part of the portable edition. If you bought the portable edition of Slime Rancher for the Switch, then you got a download of the Slime Rancher 1 soundtrack from Fangamer, I think it was. Oh, hey! Wow, look at that. Maki ways. Yeah, Microwaves is just borrowing Maki's engine today. I'm really happy with how this track turned out. Plus Macon. That was a really scuffed finish. No, CJ! I want bacon now. No! And pizza. And ice cream. We didn't even last 30... Actually, we might have gone for 30 minutes without talking about ice cream, I'm not sure. I wasn't really watching time on that. How about candied bacon? You know, I've had bacon ice cream. It's surprisingly pretty good. How do my streams always turn into just talking about food? Are we all hungry? Yeah, I had food today. I did forget about lunch, I think. Okay, I might have forgotten if I forgot about lunch. But, I preferably no, Fred. There actually might be a food track on the playlist, now that I'm thinking about it. No! Okay, fine, give me a second to put this on the playlist. Where... Where's the link? Where'd it go? There it is. Then put that on the playlist. And hopefully that other one doesn't pop up on here. I think that there is another food level. That would be really unfortunate if it was just 2 food levels back to back. I really need that mod that just automatically takes track submissions. It would save so much time. I heard that apparently you can do it without being affiliate. I don't remember how, but apparently there is a way. It was something like you could set a command like exclamation mark track submission or something like that, and then you could use the mod that way. You know, Kern is a food. Which is why we should microwave him. For legal purposes, that is a joke. No. Uh... No, he would be burnt corn. Oh no, gore of my comfort character. Fair point, null plexus, but also he knows what he did. We really should do that Zeepkist chord idea. That was funny. I don't actually remember anymore. There was something that I was upset at him about. I don't remember anymore. I'm not actually upset at him. I just find it funny to keep bringing it up. Even though I don't even remember what I'm bringing up. I don't think he remembers either. No, plus micron left. Two very different things in chat. Hey, wait a second. The C in Mel CJ stands for corn. Very true. Very true. It is Meacher, Creature, Jeacher. And also, if you ask Ooh Billy, then it's Plastic CJ. Bye, Alex. Don't forget Jam Pants missions. Tungsten CJ. I have a tungsten cube. I like it. One of my favorite elements. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Bismuth CJ. I almost skipped this level because I was like, no, we already did the winter track that I made, and I was like, oh wait, no, this is the other winter track that I made. I don't think I will ever understand how people like this version of the track over the remake. Like, it's definitely less boring, I do get that. But also, this is such a janky track. Peak CJ. What's everyone's favorite elements from the periodic table? I almost said the periodic table of continents. My favorite element is America. Land of the Eagle Burger. No. There should be a button on stream. Yeah. On the video side, right next to the gears button, there is a clip button. Ooh, Francium. Yeah. Also, isn't there one for, I think, Sweden? I don't remember, though. And also, I think there's, is Tennesseum a real one? I can't remember if that's a real one or if that was a meme. I know that there are some that are memes. Like, I don't remember it, but it was like iodine infininium or something like that. Very true. Yeah, I would say that my favorite element is either bismuth, neon... Yeah, those two. I was going to add maybe tungsten, but I think I like bismuth and neon more than tungsten. Not sure which one of those two wins out, though. Whenever Yannick discovers new element. There is the Island of Stability. I don't think we've reached that yet, as far as I know. So if Yannick can somehow figure out how to get an element to reach the Island of Stability, if we haven't already gotten there, then we can get Zeepkistium. Yeah, pretty much it was like, something along the lines of, like, there's a bunch of elements that are, like, super, super reactive and stuff, and basically fizzle out as soon as you make them. But if you get an element, like, high enough or something, then there is a small plateau that they found that would be stable and would not just cease to exist within, like, a second. I don't know if we ever got there, though. Last time I heard, we hadn't. Also, I am definitely the least accurate person to be talking about that, because I do not remember pretty much any of it. Go ask your local scientist. I love this map. There needs to be more Slime Rancher maps. Scratch that. There needs to be more Slime Rancher 2 maps. I'm making Slime Rancher maps. I don't want competition. I really should finish those. It's never gonna happen. Like, I love the Slime Rancher, and it's really cool to me to have the idea of making a Slime Rancher map. It's so draining making those. Because you have to, like, cross-reference with the game and everything to make sure that everything looks accurate. So then it just ends up being a bunch of, like, flipping back and forth, and it's so much. And also, I'm a perfectionist, so that doesn't help. No, that was such a good run. Oh, so close. I love Slime Rancher. I know I've never said it before, but I love Slime Rancher. I can't wait until one day somebody makes a compilation of, like, every time Space Cat says, I love Slime Rancher. Because I know that that will happen someday. The question is just when. Definitely when I've said it enough times to fill, like, at least 5 minutes worth or so. Any less than that, I feel like it's not really worth making a compilation. I definitely have not said I love Slime Rancher enough times to fill 5 minutes. So the cool thing about that, Fred, is that I'm playing Slime Rancher on my YouTube channel. Shameless plug. Anyways, Slime Rancher basically, you're on a ranch, there's slimes of different types and stuff, you have to feed them either fruit, veggies, or meat, depending on what their diet is, and then they will drop crystals called plorts, and you can sell those plorts. And there's a lot of areas that you explore and stuff, and kind of a story, but it's a little bit of a backseat kind of story. And it's just a very, like, calming game. Most of the time. And then you can also feed plorts to slimes to turn them into bigger versions. There's a combination of 2 different slime types. And if you feed a slime 3 plorts, then it turns into a tar, which will start eating other slimes. I love Slime Rancher. I still don't know if I like Slime Rancher 2 more than the original, though. Like, it definitely has grown on me a lot more, but also there's a lot of things that I feel like they do a little worse than the original game. So I really don't know how I feel about them in relation to each other. I think from a gameplay standpoint, Slime Rancher 2 is better, but from a story and visual standpoint, Slime Rancher 1 is better. And also music side, Slime Rancher 1 is better. By a lot. I love the Slime Rancher 2 soundtrack, but every song sounds exactly the same, except for the weather songs. And tar music. The tower music is definitely way more stressful in the second game, though. I would go as far as to say every 12 hours, Mel CJ. I would say probably the things that I have said the most is I love Slime Rancher, I love Owl City's music, I love cats, and I love ferrets. I should make a ferret map. It's not going to happen for a long time, though. I have way too many other maps to get to. Way too many. I had an idea for a future stream of speedrunning Slime Rancher 1, because I can actually do that. I think fastest I've gotten it is like 50 minutes or so. And then also I was thinking about possibly doing a Slime Rancher VR stream, but I have no idea how to set that up. And also that might end up turning into a video instead of a stream. And also I don't have a VR headset, so I'd have to get one for that. But if I got all those things ironed out, then whoa, lag spike. If I got all that stuff figured out, then I would definitely do Slime Rancher VR. Have fun fixing the map, Metal CJ. You should totally add some cats to it. Ah. I want to play Slime Rancher now. I'm definitely making a new save file on Slime Rancher on my Switch whenever I go on vacation next week. I just want to play more Slime Rancher. And then YouTube's all like, no, you gotta play other games. I'm like, no, I don't want to play more Silk Song. It's a good game, but I'd much rather be playing Slime Rancher, and YouTube's like, no, you gotta play other things. Speaking of Silk Song, new Silk Song video soon-ish. Maybe. Possibly not, it depends on how things go, but probably. Oh, hey, Ferret. When did Ferret join? Oh, this level. I really need to remake this thing. Also, I love the amount of Easter eggs on this map, and nobody knows, like, half of them. Well, Easter eggs and also foreshadowing, possibly? Maybe? I want pizza now. Why do we have to talk about food? Why does that happen every single time? Do you have any pizza that I can borrow? Permanently? Fred, can I have some of that from you? I will give you, uh, a Space Cat point. I don't know. That's fine. I'm surprised that Microwaves has not finished this map yet. Am I about to beat Microwaves on a map? Yeah, find Microwaves. Where are they? Oh, they had to reset. Okay, I am the greatest Zeepkist player ever. That's totally what that means. Yep, totally. I am the new Maki. Yeah, I can't wait for the next map to come up and just completely DNF on it. That is crazy, though. How did I beat microwaves? Oh, hey, an actually good map. I'm so happy with how this map turned out. I think this might be one of my best decoed maps. I wish I made that bamboo intangible, though. No, we lost the tumbleweed. I wish Just Shapes and Beats had more content. I want to do more streams on it, but there's nothing to do in the game after what I've done now. We did the main story, we did the lost chapter, the only thing that's really left is, like, Just Shovels and Knights levels, which cannot fill a stream or a video. And then beyond that is just the random extra levels. Maybe some, like, getting S rank on some levels and stuff like that, but I can't do that consistently enough to warrant making a stream for that. I was thinking about possibly getting Project Arrhythmia, since that is basically just Shapes and Beats 2. No, I'm in last now. Where are the people? Up. Alright, Microwaves is AFK. Ferret. Where? Oh. Spectator tree. Hello, Micron. Welcome back. I beat, Microwaves. Oh, I forgot that I made this track, and also I forgot I put this on the playlist. Why did I think hammers and saw blades was a good idea? This track did bring up an interesting question, though, that I don't think Akane ever answered, of would making hammers intangible disqualify a track from ZSL? Because it could be considered as a shortcut, since most people would avoid the hammers, but if you knew that they were intangible, then you would be able to go through them, which would give you an unfair advantage over everyone else. But I don't think Akane ever answered the question. And for some reason, I feel like if they ever did answer the question, that it was probably a nobody's ever done it and nobody will likely ever do it, so it's not a problem that needs to be looked into kind of thing. That's how they've answered like 80% of my questions. Yeah, yeah. The RNG is definitely a problem, but the question is kind of, is RNG better than making them intangible and then having a situation that is kind of cheap feeling? Ooh, possibly a new PB. I don't think so. Ooh, Billy is back. Happened a little bit ago and I just forgot to say anything on it. Man, I love that hammer placement. Putting hammers on this track was such a good idea. I'm so glad nobody talked me out of doing it before I submitted the track. Nope. Nobody talked me out of it. Totally not. Totally not everybody screaming at me to not add hammers to a map. Definitely not. Who could have known? Nobody would have known, you know? Also, this map does have a Easter egg on it that I think only Maki has seen. I don't know about anybody else if they've seen it. But I know for a fact that Maki has seen it. Muted him from map. This one. This'll be better. This map should be much more fun. And also, it's by somebody other than me. Very sad that we lost Ferret. Also, I definitely do feel like the shuffle got messed up at some point. I should double check that maps are on shuffle. Okay, they should be on shuffle now. So that definitely was starting to get kind of lopsided in a weird way. Because it should be like 50-50 odds of getting one of my maps. I think it's neat having the references to a bunch of the previous tracks and stuff in this one. I was thinking about possibly doing that around this time, but I didn't have a good enough idea for it. Hopefully Alex has no song submissions open for Jammerban. Ooh. It does complicate things. Okay, I think I have an idea. Watch, ooh, Billy for a second. Yeah, give me a second, I'll try to find that map. Try to find that map. watch Micron for a little bit. Okay. Alright, should have it downloaded now. Alright, it should be up next. Also, I forgot that horns were active. Just get some of that on there. I'm liking the deco direction on this. It reminds me a lot of, like, Dr. Seuss, for some reason. I'd like to look at this after I get a rundown. Oh, no. Oh, I was doing so good. Yeah, I'm really liking the deco on this one. That was not lined up with the hole. Where is the logic? I want to see what that is. No. I would also like to finish this map, please. Very helpful Mew. Oh. I did the same thing again. I've been wanting to add logic to some of my maps for a while now. I've been kind of waiting for Logic V2, though. Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't even notice the past few times. That is absolutely beautiful. I really like this map. No, I did it again. I keep doing it. At least I got the checkpoint that time, though. That's something. Uh, okay. Still going. Come on, can I please get one finish on this map, please? Alright, we did the jump. No! That was so close. Yeah, it was a very fun map. I thought it was funny, during the Just Shapes and Beats stream and also video. I had asked during one of the levels, I think it was Born Survivor. I had asked during that level if anyone thought that Born Survivor was going to copyright it was going to flag the copyright system. It did. It immediately flagged it. It also weirdly flagged Spider Dance, which I'm not sure why that one got flagged, because I don't think that the original Spider Dance would flag copyright, and it's a remix of that, so that should absolutely not flag it if the original doesn't. Which just feels kind of weird. Absolutely, Billy. I try my best to play all the maps that people send in. This might actually be the first time that I finish this map. Unless I'm forgetting. Nope. This could be the first time that I finish this map. Not if I do that. Ah, didn't know that. I've never beaten this one. I usually get speed checked by now. Yeah, I might have to remove this from the playlist if it's 3 minutes. Yeah. Might have to unfortunately remove this from the playlist then. It's a very beautiful map, though. Might be a little biased by the neon. Watch you, Billy, for a second. Good game. And I think one more map and then I'm going to go. And we didn't get, I didn't get 13th place during the stream. Yay! Watch 9 people join the lobby immediately, and then I get 13th place. I'm still so happy with how this map turned out. Olar did such a good job on the layout. I feel like not many people have paid attention to most of the deco on this map, though. Which is a little sad, because I feel like I did one of my best jobs on the deco on this map. Maybe a little too good of a job. It does kind of lag the game a lot. Also, if you can't tell, I've played this map like way too many times. So I had to keep testing the deco to make sure that it didn't completely ruin the map. Also, if I can figure it out, I would love to play Endless Ocean Blue World on stream someday. Possibly turn that into a series. It is genuinely one of my favorite games ever. I don't think I've ever showed off the deco before. We have some amazing otters over here. I'm so proud of these. I've put these in like 4 maps now, I think. Love these otters. Crabs turned out amazing as well. The pots actually came from the faraway map that I did for Desert and Dunes ZSL. Pufferfish. Also, here is a Lophelia. It's not exactly how it looks because deco restraints, but coral. And we have a Luna lionfish. I feel like I did a great job on that. Amazing manta rays, best fish ever. I will not accept other opinions. Bats that, like, almost nobody who has played this map has seen. I love these bats. I need to use these in an actual map where they're, like, more front and center. Also, really proud of these mushrooms. These were before the real mushrooms were added, and I had the goal of using only 5 parts per mushroom. I actually got to use snowflakes inside of them to get the spots on them. Then we have Sea slug over here. Cat manta rays, super happy with these. I am going to use these in 1,000 maps. Giant Lophelia, that's more so what it actually looks like. And the giant sunken shipwreck, which I spent way too much time making for something that you will only see from this view. Whoa, 4-second green. Yeah, I'm super happy with how this map turned out. I just wish that it didn't lag the game so much. And that is absolutely my fault for using custom lights. I used a lot of custom lights. I forgot to mention the boat. That boat is actually the boat from Endless Ocean Blue World. Oh hey, this map. Great time to end the stream. Yep, we'll watch Ooh Billy. I grab yeah. So anyways, that's going to be the end of the stream. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!